Good day. I am Dr. Cecil Jimeno, professor of the UP College of Medicine, Department of Pharmacology, and we are here to talk about the pharmacology of drugs acting on the endocrine system. We will begin with a brief introduction to the endocrine system itself in order to put context about the drugs that we will be talking about. And so quickly, this is the outline of all the different slides that you will be tackling. This is the first of the series of slides. Then we'll talk about the drugs for diabetes, of which there are 3 slides. And then we'll talk about the drugs for thyroid disorders and also the glucocorticoids. So we'll begin by talking about what are hormones. No, you know that in our body there are two main systems, no, or ways by which our body regulates itself. One is through the nervous system, through neurotransmitters, and the other is through the endocrine system by using chemicals known as hormones. The term hormone is derived from the Greek term hormao, which means to rouse. And the classical definition of hormones is something like this, no? They are organic, meaning they're endogenous, and they're chemical agents that are liberated in minute amounts, meaning small amounts, by living cells of a restricted area of an organism into tissue fluids or the vascular system, and generally effective at a distance from its source, resulting in coordination of parts of the organism. And so that's what hormones are all about. And that's what you can think about in pharmacology. When we use hormones as drugs, we use only small amounts or minute amounts. So for example, insulin, we don't administer big amounts of insulin. We only administer fractions of a milliliter or what we call units. Or for example, for thyroid hormones, we don't administer it in milligram or gram. We administer them as micrograms. So very small or minute amounts. And typically, when you use them as drugs, whether ingested or injected, they will find their way into our vascular system or our circulation to be then delivered through the blood to various tissues, no, or cells of the body, which are called the target cells or the target tissues. This figure shows a comparison between the endocrine and the exocrine system. And the exocrine system or the exocrine glands, no, are typically those that where the secretory cells connect to a duct, where the secretion of the gland passes through a duct that connects to the digestive tract or outside of the body. So for example, we have many glands in our digestive system, or for example, our salivary glands, of which there is a duct through which the secretion passes through. On the other hand, in the endocrine system, and an example here of an endocrine gland, you can see that the secretions, no, or the chemicals are released either into the interstitium or in the spaces between the cells. And eventually, these secretions or the hormones will now find their way into the vascular system through the capillaries, which then connect to arterioles and then the arteries, and then they will then be circulated to the rest of the body to find their way into the target cells or tissues to exert their action.